Hello! I really missed you guys. I really, honestly, really missed you guys. It's been too long. I think it's been like 2.5 weeks since I recorded a video last, and I just hope I'm not rusty, and I'm so sorry that I've been away for so long, but with the Toronto International Film Festival, and with the travels, and with everything, I just really didn't have a chance to sit down and record something. I did contemplate getting some videos off from TIFF, but it just wasn't right, and I couldn't find a good opportunity. So welcome back to the video blog. My name is Adam Daniel Mezei, adamdanielmezei.com or pmdforhire.com. So I'm just going to put together a short little bit of audio just to describe some of my reflections from TIFF, from the festival, and some of the things that I think need to be improved and some of the things that I think are going on there. Bottom line, it's really difficult, I found, for PMDs to get a lot of, I should say, respect, at least because Toronto is such a huge film festival. It's one of the 3 big market festivals in the world. The 3 of them, of course, being Berlin, Toronto, and Venice. Those 3 films are the ones where most of the film business is being done. And unfortunately, there are some indies that show up in the various categories of the lineup of the roster of films that they show at Toronto, but there's not a lot of kind of real hardcore indie stuff, the sort of stuff that Gary King does, the sort of stuff that Gregory Bain does, the sort of stuff that David Brainin and Karen Warden do, or the sort of stuff that John Reese does. They don't have that kind of stuff going on. You got to go to places like Tribeca or Sundance. But I was holding out for the possibility that there would be some people there, and I think what basically happened for this TIFF, there were some very good meetings held, but word got out further, especially during the panel sessions, especially during more of the industry get-togethers and professional confabs. That's really where I got the word out about PMD. It was kind of funny because I had a chance to work on my elevator pitch for most of the festival. For example, I'd be going down the stairs with people, and of course you have to have the very quick exchange of business cards and the what do you do's. So of course people would say, well, what are you doing here at the festival? Do you have a film in the lineup? Are you an independent filmmaker? This kind of thing. So I'd say something like, no, I'm a PMD. They're like, a what? I go, a PMD. They go, what's that? Like a private investigator or something? Most of the time, I was dressed in a suit and tie, so it was kind of, I guess it would go with the image. So I go, you don't really know what a PMD is? And you're in the film business? Of course, it takes them off their guard a little bit, and that's how the conversation started. So I got a chance to try a number of different variations on the pitch of what a PMD does. And some of the ones that I thought worked really well were, for example, well, the PMD is the person who ensures that your budget is recouped as quickly as possible, getting you into profitability. And that's really a good conversation that independent filmmakers like to hear. That's a good conversation, a good intro into the conversation, because then, of course, that sort of inspires the discussion about, well, then how do you get the money back? Another variation I try was, well, we're the people that are the longest-serving producers on your film set. When you go off and shoot other projects, we're still there trying to drive sales and monetize your film. That was another one that seemed to work really well. And just the straight-out producer of marketing and distribution. Oh, really? You're a distributor? Yeah, what do you distribute? And then it starts like that. So that was one of the great things that happened at TIFF. Not to mention the fact that I saw some really good films. I did want to have a few words now about the actual panel sessions. The panel sessions were extraordinary. Of course, you can go over to the blog at pmdforhire.com and read some of the notes that I took, but the doc conference was absolutely fantastic. It was a 7-hour-long conference that was broken up into 5 different sections. It took place from the morning until the evening, of course, and a lot of stuff came out of there, especially the panel that featured the people from New Video, Gravitas Ventures, Babblegum, and Cinetic Rights Management. Those people that showed up, Matt Dentler, Nolan Gallagher, Damon Smith, and I'm so sorry that I forgot, Stephanie is her name, I forgot her last name from New Video. That really was the panel of the day for me. That whole section of TIFF industry needs to be expanded. I ended up having a conversation with the guy at the festival. His name is Shrant Srabian. I ended up having a discussion with him, and he ended up telling me that it was experimental. They had a packed house. Christine Vachon from Killer Films did a day called Moguls, and the whole Filmmakers Lounge was like spilling over. They didn't have capacity for it. And I'm looking forward to the 2011 installment because I think they're really going to do something with that panel session, with all of that. Screenwriters, Dustin Lance Black, What's Wrong with Virginia, and I think John Sayles, the independent filmmaker who just shot Amigo. They had a whole screenwriters panel. I mean, my pen was flying across my page. There were so many notes that I was taking. That's my biggest criticism. For the amount of money that you pay to participate at TIFF as an industry delegate, they should have a much more robust and diverse industry program. That's basically my opinion there. Some great, great, great films. I mean, just like great stuff. I saw stuff that you'll never see in a cinema up here in North America. For example, I saw Tracker, which was a British-New Zealand co-production, which featured Temuera Morrison, who's the famous Maori actor in New Zealand, and Ray Winstone, who plays like the big tough guy in a lot of movies, British guy with like a South Cockney accent. It's a period piece. And I mean, that was great. I saw another one, The Way by Emilio Estevez, with his father Martin Sheen in the lead. I don't think you're going to see that one in theaters. You're probably going to have to either get it straight on DVD, or it's going to be like on a very limited run. Let's see, now trying to remember all the titles that I saw. I saw another one last night called Soul of Sand, a totally anti-Bollywood Indian movie. There's no dancing, there's no singing in this one at all. It's totally dark. The name of the filmmaker is Siddharth Srinivasan. Great stuff. People that I got to interface with. I saw all my heroes from like the television series in the States, just bumping into them on the escalator. All in all, a good TIFF, well spent. Although I'm really sinking my teeth, looking forward to that is to sinking my teeth into Sundance and to interfacing more with my friends in Los Angeles now that I'm here in North America. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks again for tuning in. I'll try to get one of these off for the next couple of days. I'll have a small break before the weekend and then back full time. As always, from Toronto, I wish for you many, many good things. What do you think of the new area? Good acoustics?